break into some reality TV news. Like one of the moments that I've been waiting for because number one, this is not on my bingo card. Especially this couple and this housewife. For sure. All right, let's get into it. So Wendy Osefo was arrested, and we're gonna get into the rest of the breakdown. So let's turn to the Real Housewives world because Wendy Osefo has become the latest housewife to land in headline trouble. The story reads like one of her own dramatic episodes, but it's very real. So y'all, I'm gonna break it down a little bit for you. So arrest and charges. So on October 9th of 2025, Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo. And can I pause here for just a second to say, I kid you not. So a week before, I had literally been talking to one of my girlfriends, Erin, who was on the podcast with us. No lie, she can back it up and she can tell you. I had been obsessing over a Nigerian man, and I just been obsessed over Eddie. Yes, and I was just thinking about how like good looking a lot of these men have been that I've been meeting and fighting.
No, did you talk to Babar?
I have not talked to Babar.
Okay. Go on with your story. I'm so sorry. Just had to.
Oh no. Were you thinking that like I fell in love with Babar and I was taken off with him? No.
I don't know.
Stranger things have happened.
I had to check yourself, Kimberly.
No Babar. Yeah, no Babar. Love story here. So of course I'm talking about like how like handsome and good looking I thought he was, and just going on and on this whole kick. And I'm like, I'm gonna find me a Nigerian husband. Then all of a sudden, like the very next day, boom, TMZ headline, both of them, Wendy and Eddie. I'm like, what? I was like, man, I even had hopes for maybe if they got a divorce that he'd swing over my way. Man, but no, I can't. Are all Nigerian scammers like what the hell? What the hell?
I don't know. When I was doing research to get, our Instagram like carousel ready, I saw a lot of like the YouTube headliners referring to them as being like the ultimate Nigerian scammers. And then some. I didn't look at the details, but maybe you're on.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so let me get back into a little bit more. So they were arrested, of course, in Maryland on 16 fraud-related charges, and Wendy is facing 7 felony counts among those charges. Authorities say this stems from an April 2024 burglary that they reported at their home while on vacation. And I remember when that happened, when it came out in the news and everything. I think we may have even talked about it on our podcast. I think we brought that up. They claimed a large number of luxury items, jewelry, designer handbags, clothing were stolen and submitted insurance claims for losses exceeding $400,000.
Yeah, but here's where the things get really messy.
Huh?
Oh, so stupid of them. Investigators allege that many of those stolen items were actually returned to stores or found in their home afterwards. One of the biggest red flags is Wendy was seen wearing her diamond anniversary ring, an item she claimed was stolen, in social media posts after the burglary, and also in her confessionals, or maybe in some of the recordings from the current season 2. What the hell, Wendy? You have 4 degrees, all this other stuff. Oh God, I'd be more scared of her mom than getting arrested, Kimberly.
Right. Oh my gosh. I want to know what her mom's thinking right now.
I know. Let's get an interview with Kim. Manifest it, Kimberly. Anyways, inside the documents and emails further bolster the case. Eddie allegedly asked Wendy in one email whether they could add additional high-value items to enhance their claim. A search of their home reportedly turned up 15 items that match those listed as missing. So the Osefos were booked in Westminster, Maryland, and then released on $50,000 bond each. My goodness.
It's crazy because Eddie's a lawyer. So that really surprised me that
But is he practicing though, Kimberly? Is he practicing? Nobody ever knows if he has practice. Is he is practicing though? No one, I don't think anyone's been able to like corroborate that or prove that.
But if he hasn't been disbarred yet, like you would still
Correct.
one would still think that with his background that he would know better than to leave a paper trail like that if you're trying to get away with a crime. Like there's just that's
why did Jen Shaw do what like?
Yeah, true.
Wasn't Coach Shaw a lawyer too, or was he just a coach? Am I getting confused?
He was an attorney at one point. Yeah,
right. So like, and I'm sorry, I feel like Coach Shaw,
I think he
knew a little bit. It was up. Maybe he didn't know everything. Like, why do you feel like ballsy enough and ignorant enough? And like, why would you do that? That is so stupid. This is what should have been happening to Dorit and PK. Now Wendy and Happy Eddie.
That's a lot of people were saying that. We're making that comment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's so crazy. It's crazy. And then when it comes to PK and Dorit, my opinion, just my honest opinion is I think that PK knew well, actually I would say PK knows a lot more than what
I think we're gonna be aligned on this.
And I think that Dorit knew nothing.
Agreed.
I think that's where a lot of that collision comes in, and that he's just like doesn't get why she's freaking out so badly because he knew it wasn't real and she didn't know it wasn't real. That's my thought on that.
Yeah, and I think also part of the reason why he like pushed her away too. But oh my God, she's gonna get so much better. I can't wait to see a dating Dorit. Like I am so stoked. I'm like, I hope we're able to see that, but who knows? Because we haven't seen a dating Erica either. So we shall see. But anyways, going back to Wendy and Happy Eddie, who definitely smoked that Happy Eddie green stuff from the earth that we all love. At the time of her arrest, Wendy held a position as a distinguished visiting professor of sociology at Wesleyan University, teaching a course titled The Sociology, I had a flight of beer prior to, guys, I'm so sorry, of reality TV. Shortly after the arrest, Wesleyan confirmed Wendy is no longer employed there. The university says she has resigned. Her rep insists it was voluntary, submitted before the public reports emerge. Critics, of course, like myself, are very skeptical, but optics are, of course, bad either way. A reality star professor, a public intellectual, is now caught up in allegations of fraud. I mean, those listening live, replay crew, however it is you're listening, drop it in the comment on a scale of 1 to 10. How shocked were you by this news? Craziness.
Like I said, I didn't see it on my bingo card. And a friend of mine, actually my friend Antoine, shout out to Antoine. Hey, if you're listening or watching, he probably is. He sent me a text message too, and he told me, like, we both saw it on TMZ. Thought it was a joke. I had to look at it twice. And then I was like, oh my God. And then when I looked at their mugshots, I was like, they looked like they were on that good. That's my personal opinion. I mean, it did. Both of them looked high as a kite. With like, and that's why I'm like,
that's an understatement.
Yeah, but it, like I said, I didn't see like in my on my bingo card. And what really shocked me was just the fact that when hindsight is 2020, but then when you look back at some things that happened and like old interviews, like that interview that Wendy did with, what's his name again? Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name?
Gibson Johns.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She did love his interviews, but I really like his interviews.
Yeah, and it's like it pretty much like it came apparent if you look at her body language and different things going on, and she's telling this whole story. And it's like you're lying to all these people. But my number one thought went to my very first thought was it went to the kids.
I
Like
know,
there's three
right?
kids. Yeah. Like
Even more so, you are a professor.
Mhm.
You did public TV commentary as well. He is a lawyer. You also have this prospering alleged, weed business as
Mhm.
well. Um, and
I
on
just
top
want
of
to know
that,
where
you
it
have
went wrong.
kids. Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Like I just want to know where it went wrong. Like what happened? And like what led? It's like what made this happen? Like what made this all come about? That's what I want to
Well,
know.
it's everyone asking the question, is it because of the housewives and trying to
Mhm.
keep up with that lifestyle? Although, like, Potomac is not that bougie compared to, like, the other ones. So do you really have to be
Mhm.
living that extravagant, or was that something that you were already doing? Because obviously, like in the case
Right.
of Jen Shaw, she was already doing it. Like she was already under
Exactly.
investigation before becoming a real housewife. But maybe you
Mhm.
become so blazant that like you feel like you can go on there and do whatever and get away with
Right.
it. Like
Definitely.
it's
And then
it's
I was also
bonkers.
it definitely is. It's so crazy. But I was also hearing that there's been chatter that the part of Maryland or I guess DC, whatever you want to call it, that they live in, Eddie and Wendy live in, it's like it's not as expensive as that Potomac area. And that
Mhm.
people were shocked that they were putting as much money into the renovations for their home into it because they said that they wouldn't even get the return on it if they were to sell the property. So that they said
Yeah.
that people thought that was kind of odd. So that's something else to look at. It's so crazy though. It is wild, but oh my gosh, but reactions and industry fallout. So Andy Cohen speaking on Radio Andy Sirius XM said he was sad and surprised by the news, praising Wendy for her contributions and legacy, but also acknowledging he only learned of the charges via news. So like he just learned about it. So everybody was caught off guard, it's insane, But meanwhile, in the Bravo and reality circles, this is being watched like a chess match. The wife swap, of course, the Real Housewives edition premiered that included the stuff that's been delayed now. So it was supposed to be the first
I
episode.
was so looking forward to it. I
I
love
know,
Swipe
me
Swapper,
too.
like the nanny show too. Like I love those type of
Yeah. Oh, I
shows.
know. So now my whole thing is I'm wondering what's going to happen. And this is what Antoine and I were talking about the other day. It's like, so if I were that family, I would be so upset because they probably had like a viewing party set up, like all these things were probably getting excited. Who knows? Maybe they're like, this is
Yeah.
gonna be our moment. And then all of a sudden this happens and it's
Oh
not going
yeah,
to
the other
air.
family.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Sorry, other
So I
family.
wonder if the episode's going to be pulled because of maybe evidence. That's how I was wondering if that may have something to do with it, or if it will
Oh
be aired, but just at a later time. Like I don't know, but I'm going to say it's probably not going to air at all because look at what happened with the Ultimate Girls Trip
I
episode
know
with
that's
Carol.
the
That's why I was
reason
like,
why.
yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's the
yeah,
reason why my face got more sad because I'm like, damn it,
I
another one in the
know.
vault of things we will never see.
Exactly. So the only thing I could think of is that maybe Bravo may try to rectify that and with that family, maybe they may pull another housewife and see if the family wants to do a redo and maybe kind of like comp that on them for that. So
Oh, that would be
just go,
nice.
I'm just trying, I guess I'm trying to think of so you're in your
I
field.
have to get my triangle going. I got my
Oh my
triangle
gosh.
ready.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it was but like I said, it wasn't on my bingo card. I didn't see this coming, but now I'm wondering, but I'm thinking like if I were an executive producer of the show, what I would do.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see
Somebody,
how
my
it plays
opinion.
off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I would say some of the key takeaways, besides waiting to hear how some other Bravo celebs come out, besides Ashley Darby, who will always speak
Mhm.
out, I'm curious to see, like, in the upcoming months what others say, but I think everyone needs a moment. But some of the key takeaways are, number one, like, perception versus reality. In
Oh, for sure.
reality TV, the narrative
Mhm.
controls matters. But when real life discrepancies surface, like the photos, the returned items, internal emails, the facade crumbles, but it also makes watching this season even that much more better.
It does.
Um,
It really does.
right? It's
It's
like
like, I hate to say it, but
Scandival.
that's why we watch reality TV because we
Right.
and the problem that we have is that people they self-produce so often because like reality TV's become such a staple that now it's like really hard to find like people who aren't on here just like really living their lives and just giving us who they are. So it's like it's
Yeah.
usually behind like after the fact when things happen and all of a sudden it's like okay let's pick up cameras because I heard that cameras got picked up for this.
Yes, they did. And it's also giving me like Scandival a little
Yeah.
bit with the fact that like we get to watch the show and try to pick up on the Easter eggs and
Oh, a
everything.
thousand
So it's
percent.
like a good water cooler moment. I wish it wasn't at the sake of their kids, or and I really don't
Yeah.
like I don't wish anything bad for like Wendy and Happy Addie. It was just such a stupid decision, and now
I
they're gonna have to
agree.
face the consequences
Oh, I know. Like, and
for
that's like
it.
serving some real time. So I don't know. That's, oh my God. Like I said, I feel for the
Yeah.
kids.
Yes, but the second key takeaway is the legal complications ahead. With 16 charges, including felony, fraud, and conspiracy, this is not likely to be resolved quickly or quietly. I think Ebony K. Williams was on Carlos King's interview as well, and feels like they are definitely going to be made example of that sometime will be served. But I'll hear others say that they don't think time will be served. So I'm
Mhm.
really curious to know what will happen on that. What do you think? Do you think that they will serve any time, Kimberly?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Without
Okay.
a doubt. I think there's too much there. I don't know what the argument will be, like what the defense will be on that. But I was listening to Ebony, I think you just said Ebony K. Williams was on
Yeah.
Carlos King, yeah. But she did make some good points as to like what the argument probably could have been. And she even gave some arguments from her standpoint. She said, now if I were the defense, I would handle it this way, this way, this way. I'm gonna have to give a re-listen because I wish I
Yeah,
had
ditto.
thought
I
about
feel
that.
like I think I've only heard clips of it. I think I need to watch the full one. I don't know, a lot went down this week, so it's a little bit
It's been
foggy,
a
but
lot
that would
because
be a
there's like
good rewatch this weekend.
oh absolutely.
Number 3 is the public and career damage. So even if Wendy is eventually exonerated or reaches plea deals, this will definitely stain her public brand, the trust as well, and possibility her reality TV television standing, or actually, really not so much because Wendy still likes her. He's still Team Wendy regardless. And I think in his eyes and some other eyes as well, is like she didn't do a Jen Shaw where she was going after elderly. Like she wasn't like trying
Right.
to like physically hurt any. She was just trying to take money from the man, which does eventually go down to the people like who the insurance company is through, but yeah, she's still gonna have a career on Bravo,
Uh,
regardless.
yeah, I'm just
I
besides
think
myself because I'm thinking about all the housewives who've been in trouble.
so many.
I know.
It was really hard to narrow down in the
This was
carousel I
that's just the
posted
biggest shock.
today. It was hard to pick in the carousel I posted today.
Mhm.
There's one that has all the different mug shots. There was like so many other ones I could have picked. It was hard to narrow it down. There are a lot. I need that like
Yeah.
big t-shirt or a poster. I will put a poster of that in my new house. Oh my God, that would be perfect in my new office.
Oh, that's
I'm
a great
a
conversation.
Bravo mugshot poster. Yes.
Conversation piece.
Awesome.
I like
And
it.
then maybe we'll sell it in our future store. as well.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout.
Oh,
Next is how is Bravo going to handle it? The network will have to decide how to include or exclude this storyline and whether to pull the plug forever or use it as dramatic material. Obviously, they're going to keep her on Real Housewives. Will they show wife swap or put it along with Ultimate Girls Trip? To be determined. And then lastly this is a cautionary tale for fame and power. This is a reminder that reality TV fame comes with scrutiny. When public and private lights collide, the receipts always matter. Proof, timeline, receipts. I have often everything.
Oh my gosh, that line goes down in history every time. I'm here.
Yes.
The villa to the latest shows. This is the villa down low.